Hello, Buddy Crow, back again with another pickups video. I knew that I was going to have a pickups video before and after Christmas. I just wanted to get the one out from before. I didn't know how much stuff I was actually going to show off here, but I did that just in case I did get a lot of stuff in this video. It would be really long. You know, hell, even though there may not be that much stuff, I may make this video really long. Who knows? But first of all, Merry Christmas to everybody. Christmas is over. I've been watching some of your pickups videos. I know there's a lot more that I haven't seen yet for Christmas. Looking forward to that. First of all, very first Christmas present, I actually did, it got delivered on Christmas Eve, and I didn't realize it until December 26th. And that's actually from Stern Pinball. And what I'm talking about is actually the Star Trek machine over here got a code update. It's now on version 1.4. If I'd known that, I mean, this machine got a lot of play on Christmas Day. My sister-in-law and her boyfriend were over, and he basically played this thing the whole time he was over. It's basically the same thing he did on Thanksgiving. But if I'd known the code had been out, I could have updated it. There's, you know, better, smoother animations, some fixes and everything. And as of now, I'm planning on making a video on that in the coming weeks. It's just every time there's a code update, I kind of want to make a video on that. I don't know, I kind of want to make it a habit, I guess. The downside is that when I installed it, it erased all the scores I had in there, but we'll work on that. But yeah, first of all, let's start off. Again, Time Machine is waiting. But out of all this stuff, I only got one game. I'm going to show that off first. My wife actually bought this for me because she knew that I wanted it for a long time, before the Wii U even came out, and that is the wonderful 101. And every time I had started picking up and looking at it in a store, she's like, "Oh, you don't want that," and that's how I knew she kind of bought this for me for Christmas already. I played just one level of it. Very excellent, very fun. I'm gonna tell him to enjoy this. First of all, I'm gonna kind of splice in some footage somewhere of when it was called Project 101. We were at the Wii U experience, and that was the first taste of it. That is the game that made me say, hey, I kind of want a Wii U because of this game. So I'm going to insert some of that footage right now.
Alright guys, I'm over here. I'm going to get three razors edge. It's a wide open game right now. He's in the play that's looking for a game to play. I'm over here. I'm going to three razors edge. Wide open game. So come on over, check it out.
This game looks pretty cool. And secondly, the thing I found very entertaining about this game when I was playing it, it was kind of frustrating to figure out. I mean, even though I had the tutorial on, it was still kind of vague as to some of the things I was supposed to do, because it was like rotate the R stick and push A, and I was doing that and pushing A, but it wasn't really specifically telling me I was supposed to draw on the screen too. But I kind of remember that from when I played the demo. I'm starting to get the hang of it. I'm not too good at it as of yet. But the thing I found hilarious in the game, the thing that makes the game for me, is when you're playing the game, at least in the first level, the soundtrack, the background soundtrack was like this, the theme music for this group of people made it sound all Japanesey and stuff. In fact, I'm going to have to cut in some audio right now so you can hear it. Be damned if there's copyright notices or not.
They can do it, 'cause of this daredevil rose. The indestructible, wonderful.
So yeah, that's that's a wonderful 101. I'm going to tell him I'm going to really enjoy this game. Might be the best Wii U game yet. Unfortunately, I don't think the sales are that great, but hell, pick them up, man. Get this game. If you got a Wii U, you have to get it. The only thing I'm really annoyed about this game, there's no manual inside. Instead, you get a piece of paper that says how to view the electronic manual, and it's multiple. And this thing is multiple pages anyway. Seriously, you couldn't put in a manual. Kind of disappointing, but whatever. You know, I guess I'm kind of surprised that Nintendo's getting away from all that. They like to hang back and do what they've been doing for last, I don't know how many years, but all of a sudden now they're keen on getting rid of manuals. Anyway, moving on. My sister-in-law got this for me for Christmas. It was something I specifically asked for. She was texting my wife, and she was like, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas? What can my sister get you for Christmas?" I was like, I don't know. And the next day I thought of it. You know, I've never seen this movie, and I know I'm going to get this movie eventually. And that's Pacific Rim. I got this on Blu-ray, and it's got the morphing cover. So, haven't seen it yet. No, this is the Blu-ray to DVD, which is always what I always like to get, the combo pack. And not much I can say about it. I haven't seen this movie yet, believe it or not. We will someday soon. Someday soon. Probably by the end of the year. Hopefully. That's a couple days. Hope I have time. Moving on next, my wife bought this for me because every time we walked in a store, she saw me looking at this, and just thought it was kind of odd. So it's another Monopoly game. This is Monopoly Empire, and I'm going to put this down now because I'm sure you can see it in the insert over there. So yeah, it's kind of like, you know how they have the different versions of Monopoly. I mean, more recently for my birthday, and I've seen the Street Fighter Monopoly. You know, there's Doctor Who Monopoly. There's at least in Chicago, they have Chicago Monopoly, and all these different versions of Monopoly. This one is slightly different though. When I opened it up, it turns out you don't play this like normal Monopoly. You don't build houses. You don't do this, that, or the other thing, but rather you try and build your brands and be the first one to fill up this meter all the way to the top. And every time you pass go, you don't get a flat $200. You earn the salary for as many brands as you own, and it's indicated on this plasticky thing. Kind of got the gist of it. I haven't really played this. It's got 6 gold pieces. This, on the wrapper, the outer wrapper said Walmart exclusive, and I didn't quite understand that. I was looking, it's like, I know I've seen this at other places other than Walmart, but what I think it meant was this bonus card game here that is being shown here. That was the Walmart bonus. And so it's like 2 games in one. You get a card game and the Monopoly board game. And then inside the box for the card game is an extra token for the game, which is this cruise ship. So that's really nice. So you get 7 pieces instead of 6. And I don't understand why all these new Monopoly sets are only including 6 pieces. I mean, didn't the original Monopoly game include 8? Or maybe I'm just thinking of my, was it 50th or 30th anniversary Monopoly game? I can't remember. I think it's a 50th anniversary one that had like 8 or 11 tokens in it. But I think it's funny that there's the cruise ship in there because my anniversary edition came with a cruise ship, so I'd probably always be using that. Interesting note about this Monopoly game is that on Consumer Reports, this was probably indicated as one of the worst gifts you could give. And the reason for that is it's basically one big advertisement for all these brands. I mean, look at this. You can tell that these companies kind of just paid Hasbro to have their brands in the game. Because we have EA, you have McDonald's, you don't have Burger King, you don't have Activision. I mean, you've got Xbox, but no Sony PlayStation. I think it's funny that they've got Transformers here. That's funny that they have a Transformer one there. I mean, that's just Hasbro. You've got Nerf, eBay. But, none of the competitors to any of these people. I mean, you've got Samsung, but again, no Sony or Philips or whatever. Paramount, but no MGM. Got Carnival Cruise Lines. You got JetBlue, but no other cruise lines or airlines. You got Chevrolet, but no other. You don't Ford. I thought that was kind of weird, but I mean, well, kind of obvious that they just sold out to the highest bidders or whatever to make this game, but still kind of wanted it. My wife got it for a really cheap price, so she picked it up for me. I appreciate that. Moving on, this is probably the best Christmas gift, and I knew she had this for a long time. You might remember that in the past I've gotten Metroplex, the largest transformer. For my birthday I got Soundwave. And I know that at the same time they actually bought all that, they bought this one too. And this is the masterpiece of Acid Storm, which I really like the masterpieces. And I guess it's got a Toys R Us exclusive. The only thing, it's very awesome. I really never heard of Acid Storm before. I don't know where he appears in the Transformers universe, but he's exactly the same as the Starscream, Thundercracker, and the other one I can't think of right now. The trio of planes. It's just a different paint job, really. So it's very impressive. It comes with a stand, so when he's in plane mode, you can stand him up like he's flying, and when he's in robot mode, you can kind of change the stand around like he's hovering. Very cool. Downsides to this. Some of these masterpieces are very difficult to transform to begin with. And when I opened this up, it was in the plain mode. Okay, because presumably so it was flat and it would fit in the box better. But the instructions, usually the instructions tell you, okay, here's how you transform it from plain mode to robot mode. And to transform it back, just follow the instructions in reverse. Well, it's already in plain mode, and the instructions are telling me how to transform it from robot to plain mode. So it was kind of really hard to try and follow the instructions backwards from opening the box up. I just gave up because it was really kind of confusing. Sometimes just trying to follow the pictures going forward is confusing enough. But then to never have ever touched it before and having to transform it using the instructions backwards, I just gave up and tried to just figure it out on my own. Eventually I did. But it's not as complicated as that Masterpiece Megatron I got. That thing took me 2 hours to transform the first time. But anyway, very glad to have this, very happy to get this. It'll go, I have right now 4 Masterpieces, Masterpiece Transformers. I've got the Japanese Masterpiece Optimus Prime that comes with the trailer. I've got the Japanese Megatron that transforms into the gun. That I don't know they could even sell here because I managed to get it without the orange rubber tip on them. So yeah, because of the new laws since Megatron was originally introduced as a handgun, and then I recently got the Soundwave with all the 6 cassettes, or is it 5 cassettes? I think it's 5 cassettes. Sorry. And then now I have Acid Storm. So I've got 4 of them. I think that's all of them. I know there's a Japanese Thundercracker. I know I didn't get Grimlock. I kind of kicking myself for not picking up a Grimlock when I had the chance. But Metroplex is not a masterpiece, as large as he is. But yeah, they're very happy to get this Masterpiece Acid Storm. And that was actually all the Christmas gifts. And for now, I'm just going to show off a couple other things I got. And since the last week, I think it's been a week since I put up the last pickups video. For 2013, or is it 2012, whatever, however the year goes, we did the Elite status for Club Nintendo. So we did get the Elite gift, and we chose, and here's what's funny is I couldn't remember which one I chose, and it was actually Sinister Moon that reminded me, because he got his, and he selected posters, and I was like, I don't think I selected the posters, but what did I get? And it was the Majora's Mask soundtrack for Legend of Zelda, and came with this little congratulations. I know I watched Worth Your Universe HD, Dan Van Dam. Can't actually remember the other channel he had, but he got the same thing. He said he's never opened it. I'm probably never going to open this. It's just kind of a... I picked this over the posters because I have so many posters to begin with. I wouldn't know what to do with them. This, still, I'm not going to open. In fact, it even mentions that Legend of Zelda's Majora's Mask original soundtrack originally released in 2000. So this was already... This is already a soundtrack that's already been released. They just repackaged it for the Club Nintendo status. So we'll probably put this on a shelf with all the rest of the Elite statuses we've gotten. And I've actually already gotten Elite status for next year. What I usually do is when I hit Elite status, I stop entering codes in and I save them up. And then sometime during the next year, I just enter them all in at once. And what I actually was like 40 points away, and then last week you saw I picked up Pokemon Black version 2, and that actually put me over. And if I didn't, then this Beautiful 101. I'm sorry. Yeah, going back to the Wonderful 101. I keep calling this game Beautiful 101 because the cover reminds me of Beautiful Joe. I meant to mention that before, but I keep calling this game Beautiful 101. In fact, I'll probably never stop calling it Beautiful 101. Anyway, yeah, so that's the soundtrack again. Just put it on a shelf somewhere, I think. I'll never open it. I'll never listen to it. Why couldn't it be a better soundtrack? Why couldn't it be like the F-Zero soundtrack? I'm not really all into the Zelda's past the Super Nintendos. So, yeah, starting with Nintendo 64, is when I completely lost interest in the Zelda games. I did play the Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance with the Four Swords adventure. That was fun. Moving on. Also picked up a couple DVDs that were just recently released. Well, one of them was and one of them wasn't. I picked up 2 Angry Video Game Nerd DVDs because I did not have them. It was kind of a tradition for me to buy it every year, and then I kind of just stopped. But then when this next one was coming out, I figured I'd get the bundle off of the Screw Tech store, and just so it'd be a little bit cheaper. And yeah, I usually watch them, even though you could just watch them on the internet. But Volume 6 was kind of interesting. I did kind of watch most of this. I haven't watched the Volume 7 yet, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He only made 7 Angry Video Game Nerd episodes. So, and it's still 3 discs, so it seems to me like there's lots of fillers in here. I don't know, I'll probably watch the extra, I'll watch the extras, I guess, but still, only 7. It almost seems like he should have waited and, waited for the next year and combined everything, 2 years into one, since he's doing fewer episodes, because of this movie. Speaking of the movie, where is the movie? I'm not all that enthralled about the movie. I mean, I like the episodes where it's more making fun of the game. I'm not into the one where he's trying to do all these skits and stuff, like the one Bugs Bunny episode where he's playing all the crazy castle games. I'd rather just hear about the games, not see him beat up on a rabbit. That's not where the humor for the Angry Video Game Nerd comes from me. It comes from him just kind of ripping on a game, kind of like in Mystery Science Theater 3000, where the majority, I mean, they did do sketches. Those sketches were funny, but compared to the whole show, it was like 5% of the show. 95% of the show was them watching the movie and ripping on the movie. Whereas some of these episodes, it's like 75% all slapstick and comedy and everything, instead of focusing on the games, which is the episodes I like. Like, I don't know, he seems to be doing that more recently, focusing more on the games. But like this, the 100th episode with Rob, that was just, I mean, he talked about Gyromite and Stack Up for what seemed like a fraction of the entire length of the episode, and I really didn't care about him fighting Rob at the end of the video. That was just all filler to me. Okay, moving on. We got that. Last thing, I actually just got this in the mail today, and it's thanks to Steve Benway video that reminded me that these even existed, because I forgot all about them. And what is there? Well, I'll show you on the screen over here. There are Hot Wheels cars based on Atari 2600 games, or old Atari games. I'm not sure if they're really based on the Atari 2600 versions of the game. I think that's what they are. But let's kind of go through them one at a time, as I have them here. I'm saving the best one for last, my favorite for last. We've got Breakout. So we've got a 49 Ford COE Breakout car. I'm gonna have to hang these somewhere. I'm not gonna open these up. But yeah, Steve Benway got these from somebody. I don't remember who. He didn't get them all, but then immediately after watching the video, in fact, before his video even ended, I think I went online and I found this lot of 6 for about $30. Individually, some of these cars go for $3 to $5. The one in particular seems to always go for $10. So I think I made out a little bit better there. It was like $30. That was including the price of shipping. So again, Breakout. I realized I broke continuity there, but whatever. The Centipede car. So that's pretty nice. They all have the same thing on the back, which is what all cars are. So the Centipede car. I really like the colors and everything on the. like it was an old style packaging, even though this is new. I would say 2012. So these were last year. And then we have Tempest, one of my favorite games. Tempest. This has to be based on the arcade, because Tempest was never really released for Atari 2600. I know there's a version of it, but it's a homebrew, I believe. 75 Chevy Panel. That's what this car is. I think that they were working on it, but never released it. Who knows? And then we have Pong. Again, that's Pong was never specifically an Atari 2600 game, unless you include Pong Sports, which was the Sears version of Video Olympics. So there's the Pong car that is a custom 52 Chevy. And then we have the Missile Command car, and this is a Fast Gassen, whatever that is. The thing's kind of crazy looking there. And then my favorite, my personal favorite of the lot, is the one that actually is the most expensive one. That is this Atari 2600 van. It's a motorhome, actually. I like how it's got the wood grain on it. That just matches the system perfectly. Oh, even on the top, I didn't even notice that, but it's got like an Atari logo on the top there. And yeah, this was the one I actually saw at the Midwest Gaming Classic this year. And they won, and it was out of the package. It was just the car by itself, and they wanted $10 for it, and I passed on it. So to get it for, I mean, you could get it for $10 on eBay in the packaging. But yeah, this was shipped really fast. I actually bought this on Monday. Yeah, I bought this on Monday. I got it today. It's Saturday. Packing was excellent. They had them like packed like this, and then foam in between this and this. So it was the most impressive packing I've seen in quite some time, just for some Hot Wheels. But yeah, there you go. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I think this might be my last video for the year. I'm still working on editing those 50, 51, 52 Crow Plays videos. I'm over halfway done with them, but I won't start posting them until I'm done with all of them. Thanks everyone for watching. See you all next year. Bye.